How's it going, disc golf fam? So it's Matt here, and today I am going to talk about my favorite driver, one of my favorite discs of all time, the Westside Warhorse. I've got two Warhorses here. I've got a VIP that, despite being a little dirty, is barely thrown, and then also a relatively fresh tournament plastic one. Both of these have pretty minimal wear, and it's one of my favorite distance drivers. Definitely one of my favorite overstable distance drivers of all time. And if you don't know anything about the Warhorse, it was released in 2018, kind of as a overstable, more consistently overstable complement to the Westside Giant. The profile is pretty similar. If you take a look, it's got a nice high wing, somewhat blunt, but not overly so. A tiny bit of even dome, and that holds across the VIP and the tournament plastic versions. There's very little difference between the two plastic types, other than the tournament, in my experience, seems to wear just a tiny bit quicker. Now, I've been throwing these since they came out in 2018, and even last year concluded that it was the best overstable forehand driver on the market. And then in early 2021, Westside Dynamic Discs announced their production schedule, and no Warhorses were on it, which was a little disheartening to me, so I stocked up a little bit. And then this summer they put out the Westside mystery box, and lo and behold, there was a new driver, the Westside Adder, that had prototypes in this box. I've got two first run Adders here. I don't have the prototype one, but I've got two of the first run ones that have just come out. They're both VIP. This one is max weight at 175, and this one's 172. Really pretty discs, both of them. This one's got a little bit of glitter in the plastic, really nice look. And if you take a look at the flight numbers, the Warhorse is 13404 and the Adder is 13504, which makes me wonder, is an Adder a Warhorse replacement? Taking a look at the profile, they're remarkably similar. High wing, very similar dimensions, but the Adder is slightly domier, and that is on both the ones I have and the proto that I've seen. And it's got this interesting slope to the outer wing that is remarkably similar to the Discmania PD2, where it slopes downward, and the Warhorse is slightly more curved. So it's got that very small difference there that may or may not make a difference in flight. Just by hand feel, I prefer the Warhorse feel a tiny bit more than the Adder, based on the fact that the Adder is pretty domey. But let's give them some throws, give it a chance, and see what we think. Okay, now that I've tried them a variety of hyzer flat and anhyzer lines, it's time to see how far they go. So I'm going to try to put on my higher flex line and see what type of distance we can get. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of difference between the Adder and the Warhorse, either distance or stability-wise. They're both pretty overstable, held up to wind well. The VIP that's got a little bit of wear on it was less overstable than either Adder or the Tournament Plastic Warhorse that was basically fresh. And really, they both bomb. They both have the ability to cover all the same lines. I would say if you don't mind the little bit of a sloped rim that the Adder does and the fact that it's domier, it's going to be a great disc for you. I personally like the feel of the Warhorse a little bit better because for forehands it's a little flatter and the outer rim's more blunt, which is really nice for me. But I wouldn't say that's a deal breaker for myself or probably a lot of other players. So good job with the Adder. Hopefully I can still find some more Warhorses for a while, but thanks for watching and happy Thanksgiving.